I came up with another topic. Um, I kind of wanted to talk about how, man, I just don't really like being around people, man. I mean, I know I said this in some of my other videos, but I never really like elaborated on it that much. But yeah, man, I just don't really like being around people like that, man, because you know, I just feel like everybody around me is just got it a lot better than me. Like, I just feel like everybody that I see when I go out, they're in a way better situation than I am. Now I can't assume that. Like, I can't say that everybody is in a better situation than me, but I'll just say that I feel like the majority of people that I see, you know, especially when I see couples, like I feel like everybody is just in a better is has it good, and I just have it bad. I'm still living with my parents. You know, don't have a car, don't know how to drive a car yet. I'm working on it. Um, these past couple of days I've been studying. And I haven't really been studying that as much as I should have, but I have been putting in some time with like studying my, because I have to retake my driver permit test. Because I did have my learner's permit at first, but when I was in school, I didn't really devote enough time to really, practicing my driving. So I ended up, you know, letting it go, and and over time it just expired. A lot of time went by, and it just expired. So now I have to get a new one, and so that means I have to retake that permit test all over again. And I kept failing and failing, and I gotta keep taking it until I eventually pass. But I'm just taking little baby steps, man, so I can be able to find a better job. Because without learning how to drive a car and having a car, you can't really do much in life, man. I realize that now. Like, you can't really do much without having reliable transportation. But and I'm tired of like catching lifts and Ubers and all that shit. But anyway, um, but yeah, man, I don't really like being around people, man, cause and like like my parents, like I said, every time when we whenever I'm going on a little getaway or a little trip or whatever, is always with my parents. Is always with my parents or my younger sister. Like, I'm always around them 24 fucking 7, and I get tired. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna say I don't love my family, but sometimes I just don't like being around them all the time. I just don't. And also, like, I just feel like you know family just don't feel the same anymore. It just don't. Like, it don't really feel. I don't really. It just family just don't feel the way it used to feel. Like how when my older sister was still around, when she was still living, when she was still living with me and my parents. Like, it just don't feel the same anymore. And like I was telling y'all before about my younger sister, like sometimes, like I said, she make me feel younger than her, because like I said, she acts a lot more mature than me at times. Like, sometimes I feel like she a little bit smarter than me too, cuz like she'll say stuff like she'll say things that I probably would have never even thought. Like, she'll use like these fancy words that I never even knew the meaning of. And at my age, at 27, and it's like she knows stuff. I feel like she might have a higher IQ than me. I don't know. I just feel like in some ways my sister, is a little bit smarter than I am. Not to say that I'm retarded or anything. It's just my sister, and she's only 17. about to be 18, and I just feel like sometimes I just feel like she's better than me. And and then like sometimes, she'll like sometimes when it's her and my parents and they all laughing together and talking amongst each other and joking around and stuff, sometimes I tend to just kind of like stay in my room or stay away from them. Not that I don't care to be around them. It's just sometimes I just don't feel comfortable at times. I ain't gonna lie, like I be feeling a little. I know this may sound kind of weird, but even around my own family, sometimes I be feeling a little shy. It's really because of my younger sister. Because like I said, my younger sister sometimes she makes me feel a little shy when I'm around her and my parents sometimes, and I feel a little awkward because like sometimes my younger sister she kind of I'm not trying to say anything bad about her or anything, but it's just sometimes my younger sister make me feel uncomfortable at times because she kind of reminds me of how some girls like some she kind of reminds me of some of like these high school girls that not saying that that my sister is ghetto or anything. It's just sometimes my younger sister kind of carries some of those traits that the girls that you see like in high school, how they act sometimes. But like I said, she's not ghetto. She just you know she just hangs around she hang around her friends a lot, and sometimes it kind of adds it, I guess, an influence to her behavior at times. But like I said, I'm not saying that my sister is ghetto, or not. I'm not trying to talk down about my sister at all. Like I said, I love my sister, even though she still kind of makes me feel some type of way at times. She's my sister. She's my blood. Well, like I said, technically she's my stepsister because me and her have the same dad, but not the same mom. But I may have said a little bit too much, but I just felt the need to kind of express this because I don't have nobody else to really talk to about this kind of stuff. Because this is truly how I feel, man, and I don't really have anybody else that I can talk to about this. So I just felt the need to come on here and you on YouTube and express it, man. Because I'm not gonna lie, man. Like sometimes I just feel very like, for example, like we supposed to be going to an amusement park sometime this month, and she's bringing her friends along, and I'm not gonna lie, yo. I'm feeling a little nervous about her bringing her friends because it's gonna be all girls, and I don't like I said my well I didn't tell y'all, but my niece is actually going to be going also, and I don't have a problem with them going because they family, but her friends and it's going to be all females. The only dudes is just going to be me and my dad. You know, like in my family, I have a lot more female cousins than male cousins and relatives. Like I have male cousins and people, males in my family. It's just I have a lot of females. So there's not too many males in my family like that. But I mean, I don't really deal with like cousins and all the people from my extended family. I don't deal with them. Like they almost don't feel like family anymore. Sad to say, because like I said, we just don't deal with like my immediate family. We just don't deal with the people from the outer family like that anymore. Like family just don't feel like family anymore. Honestly, like they almost kind of feel like strangers now. Sad, I hate to say that, but that's just the reality of the situation. But yeah, man, I just be feeling kind of awkward when I'm around my younger sister at times, and you know, I know this is a little. I know I'm kind of all over the place with this video because I was really originally just talking about how I just don't like being around people, but that kind of I'm not saying I don't want to make it. I don't want my sister to fall into that category, but it just be times where she do make me feel a little bit uncomfortable at times. And then I understand it's not her fault. She's, she's just being herself. But it's just when she was younger, she was a little bit more, you know, easier to be. She was a little bit easier to be around, but at the same time, me and my sister, like I said, we never really got along like that. My younger sister, we never really bonded. When she was little, she was always into like Disney princesses and all that kind of stuff. But then when she got older, it's like she just into like into all like the stuff that the people around her age group are into, like TikTok videos and all the mainstream stuff. Like she's just into all that kind of stuff. And yeah, man, I just feel really, you know, like, well, back to the topic, man. As far as like being around people, you know, I just don't feel comfortable around, certain people. But that's the reason why I brought up my sister, because even sometimes with my younger sister, I feel a lot uncomfortable around her. Sometimes that don't mean I don't love her. I still love her because she's my sister. But you know, I just really feel uncomfortable at times, and just around people in general. Like I just don't like I don't really like going places like that anymore. Like I don't really be having a lot of fun when I go places like that. Like when I go places, I tend to not really have. It's like I don't really know how to have fun anymore. Like when I was a child and I was younger, I knew how to have fun, and everything was just a lot. Was easier to everything was just a whole lot easier, and life was just easier overall. But as an adult, it's just like, I don't know, man. Like going to amusement parks and all that kind of stuff don't feel the same anymore as an adult. Like it just don't feel thrilling like it used to as a child, you know. So I don't know, man. I just don't really like being around people, cause like, and also cause I just don't like seeing couples, and I just feel like everybody around me is just has it a lot better than I do. Even though I know in the reality is that's not always the case. That's not always true, because you see homeless people, people that don't have a roof over their head. So I know there's people out here that's got it way worse than me. But at the same time, I just feel like the majority of people just have it a lot better than me. Um, I don't know, man. I just felt the need to just kind of talk about this because it's just been on my mind, and I always wanted to talk to somebody about this, and I don't have nobody to talk to, obviously. So that's why I'm making this video. But like I said, at the end of the day, I still love my family no matter what. Even though I get uncomfortable around them, even them sometimes. You know, like when I was in North Carolina with them, I felt very very awkward around, especially because it was mainly because my younger sister was there, and I felt very like awkward and uncomfortable. And she almost kind of made me feel like a little child. But like I said, I know it's not her fault. I guess it's kind of I guess it's just, the fact that I don't know, man. Like, I'm just not really used to, you know, like, now that my sister's older, I'm so used to her just being, being a little girl, a little child, but she's not a little child no more. Like growing into she's growing into, you know, a young lady now. So she's not that little innocent child, watching SpongeBob and Nickelodeon cartoons and Disney princesses and all that kind of stuff. She's not into that stuff no more. Right now she's older, and she's, like I said, she acts more mature than her actual age. So, but yeah, man, I really don't like the fact, I don't even know why I'm even making this video. you know, because I really don't feel comfortable talking about my family on YouTube. You know, I mean, I didn't really say anything that was like too personal, but it's just I felt the need to talk about this because this shit really be bothering me, and it just really be bothering me the fact that it's just like I said, family don't feel the same no more, and being around I just don't like being around people, and I feel really awkward around certain people, you know, and yeah, man. Like it ain't really just females that be stressing me out, man. I mean, when I woke up this morning, man, I did think about the fact that, man, just, another fucking day of just being single, being lonely, not having any female attention, especially from, Asian girls and shit. But man, I thought about just going back to that massage parlor I told you about that had them old Asian women. Because sadly, that's the only place where I can get like happy endings. So, because like I went there before and I just got a hand job. So, I was thinking about just going back there again, man. Fuck it. You know, I'm already in a fucking rut. So, I just came to the realization that, I'm just never going to be able to get I just feel like I'm just never going to be able to get what I want. I'm never going to be able to get an Asian girl. I'm never going to be able to get what I want at the end of the day. So, that's why I'm just resorting to just go back to that place, you know, or I mean, I'm still gonna go back to like the other massage parlor I told y'all where I found this younger Asian chick. But the only problem with that is they don't at that place they don't do happy endings. They just do just regular massages. So, but this other place they do more than massages, but the women in there, the Asian women in there are just not attractive at all. Like they're just not attractive. It's like you gotta you gotta try to find little things as far as their looks. You gotta like try to pretend that they're attractive to at least get a little bit of satisfaction, or try to look at them as hard as you can and try to find, something that might look a little bit attractive about them as far as the face. But it's like it's kind of hard to when you look at somebody and you just can't find anything attractive about their facial features, and they're just not attractive. If they're not attractive, they're just not attractive. You can't force somebody to be attractive, but it's like you got to. In my situation, I have to. If I'm going to go back to that place, because the women in there are just not attractive at all, and these are middle aged, look like they're in their 50s, maybe 60s, you know. But hey, it is what it is, man. Gotta do what I gotta do to get some type of satisfaction as far as being around Asians and shit. But yeah, man, I just don't really like going to places like that. I don't really like, you know, going out places that often. I mean, unless I'm going with like friends or something, which is never really the case. I've never really went out with friends. I never really had friends that was offering to hang out with me. None of that shit. Maybe back when I was like in high school at times, but even then at that time it was rare. Like I just never really like hung out with like I never had like a group of friends and we just like decided to just hang out somewhere, like go somewhere. Like I never really had friends like that before. Like never in life. I mean, like I said, I have hung out with friends before, but it was rare. It was very rare. And like I said, now, I would like to do something like that. Like I would feel a lot more comfortable, like if I was to hang around friends and we all did stuff together. But if it's just with my family, or if it's by myself, I don't really like being around people when I'm like by myself or when I'm around my family. Cause I just sometimes I feel awkward around my family now at times because of my younger sister at times. Like I said, it ain't nothing. It just is what it is, man. It's just how I feel. And you know, just, I don't know, man. I don't even know if y'all can even, if anybody can even relate to what I'm saying or even understand where I'm coming from, but I don't know, man. Fuck it. I'm just on here just talking. And if I'm not making a lot of sense, then oh well, fuck it. I don't care. This is just, I'm just, expressing how I feel, whether it makes sense or not, man. I don't give a shit about anything anymore, man. I really don't. And if it's gonna be, and if, the trolls or whatever, whoever's gonna come on here and talk a bunch of shit, you know, fuck y'all. I ain't gonna argue. I'm just gonna, block and delete the comment and just keep it moving. I'm tired of arguing with people on here. I really am. I'm tired of going back and forth with motherfuckers on here. Sometimes the people that be talking shit, I just be wanting to just fight them so bad. I swear. I really do. I be wanting to just beat the shit out of them. People that be talking shit, you know. I ain't, like I said, I'm not no violent person. I'm not trying to, you know, attack anybody. I'm not trying to come at nobody. But when people attack me in the comments, it just make me want to just retaliate and just go off even harder, like fuck all this internet shit. Like I just feel like I just want to just beat the shit out of them in person sometimes when people be talking shit in the comments. But yeah, man, I don't know if I have anything else to say, man. It just is what it is, man. It is what the fuck it is.